Hi everyone. Are you tired of battling stubborn smells in your clothes? In this video, I'll be sharing my top tips and tricks for getting rid of those unwanted odors. We'll cover everything from dealing with sweaty gym clothes to tackling musty smells from stored items. I'll show you at least 5 different methods, so whether you prefer natural solutions or store-bought products, you'll find something helpful here. Let's get started. Hey everyone, and welcome. Let's dive right into tackling those pesky odors that sometimes cling to our clothes. First, we need to understand where these smells are coming from. Odor sources are really varied, and pinpointing the source is the first step to getting rid of it. Sometimes it's obvious, like that lingering smell of cigarette smoke after a night out. Other times, it's a bit more subtle, maybe a musty smell from dampness, or that persistent body odor from sweat. Let's break each of these down. Cigarette smoke is a particularly tenacious odor. It's not just about the smell itself, but the tiny particles that embed themselves deep within the fabric. Simply washing the clothes might not be enough. You might need to pre-treat the garment with a stain remover specifically designed for smoke odors. Then, wash it in hot water, ideally with an extra rinse cycle. Air drying is best, as the heat from a dryer can actually set the smell. If the smell persists, consider using a fabric refresher spray specifically formulated to neutralize smoke odors. And remember, airing out the clothes thoroughly before washing can also help. Sometimes, even after all that, a stubborn smell might remain, and you might need to repeat the process or even consider professional cleaning. Sweat, on the other hand, is a different beast altogether. It's not just the smell of sweat itself, but also the bacteria that thrive in damp environments and break down the sweat, creating that unpleasant odor. Regular washing is key, but using the right detergent is crucial. Look for detergents that are specifically designed to tackle body odor. And again, hot water is your friend here. Make sure you're washing your clothes thoroughly and allowing them to air dry completely. Never leave damp clothes piled up in a hamper, as this will only exacerbate the problem. Consider adding a cup of white vinegar to your wash cycle. It's a natural deodorizer and can help neutralize those lingering smells. For particularly stubborn sweat stains, you might need to pre-treat them with a stain remover before washing. Dampness is another major culprit. Leaving clothes damp for extended periods allows mold and mildew to grow, leading to that characteristic musty smell. This is especially true in humid climates or if you're drying clothes indoors without adequate ventilation. Always ensure your clothes are completely dry before storing them. If you notice a musty smell, immediately wash the clothes in hot water with detergent and add baking soda to the wash. Baking soda is a natural deodorizer and can help absorb the musty smell. Air drying is again preferable to using a dryer, as the heat can sometimes worsen the problem. If the smell persists, you might need to consider using a fabric refresher or even sun-drying the clothes, as the ultraviolet rays from the sun can help kill mold and mildew. Proper ventilation in your laundry area and storage spaces is also essential to prevent future occurrences. Odor remedies and washing regimes are all interconnected. The best approach is preventative. Regular washing with the right detergent, proper drying, and prompt attention to any dampness are your best defenses. Remember to always check the care labels on your garments before washing, as different fabrics require different treatments. Don't overload your washing machine, as this can prevent clothes from being properly cleaned. And finally, don't be afraid to experiment with different methods to find what works best for you and your specific laundry challenges. We all have those particularly stubborn smells, and finding the right combination of techniques is key to keeping your clothes fresh and clean. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're tackling a problem that I know a lot of you have experienced: stubborn odors clinging to your clothes. Let's dive right in and explore some common culprits and effective solutions. First up, that dreaded fish smell. We've all been there, a delicious seafood dinner, and then, that lingering aroma on your favorite shirt. The key here is to act fast. Don't just throw it in the hamper. Immediately rinse the garment in cold water to remove as much of the odor-causing residue as possible. Then, wash it in cold water with a strong detergent. I recommend using a laundry detergent specifically designed for tackling tough odors. Adding a cup of white vinegar to the wash cycle can also help neutralize the smell. If the smell persists after a wash, you might need to soak the garment in a solution of cold water and baking soda for a couple of hours before washing again. And remember, always check the care label before attempting any of these methods. Next, let's talk about second-hand clothes. You find that amazing vintage piece, but it comes with a bit of a history. The smell from second-hand clothes can be tricky because you don't always know its source. It could be anything from perfume to smoke to just plain old mustiness. Again, a thorough wash is crucial. But before you throw it in the machine, consider pre-treating the garment. Try soaking it in a solution of cold water and a laundry sanitizer for at least 1 hour. This will help kill any bacteria or mold that might be contributing to the odor. After soaking, wash it as usual, and then air dry it completely. Avoid using a dryer until you're sure the smell is gone. Sometimes, even after all this, a faint odor might linger. In that case, consider hanging the garment outside in the fresh air for a few hours, or even overnight. Sunlight and fresh air are surprisingly effective at eliminating odors. Now, let's move on to something a little more potent: gasoline and other petroleum-based products. If your clothes have come into contact with gasoline, solar oil, or similar substances, you're dealing with a serious odor problem. Safety first. Make sure you're working in a well-ventilated area, away from any open flames. These substances are highly flammable. Do not attempt to wash these clothes in a washing machine. Instead, you'll need to carefully clean the garment by hand, using a mild detergent and plenty of cold water. Rinse thoroughly and repeat the process until the smell is significantly reduced. Then, air dry the garment completely. Even after thorough cleaning, a faint smell might remain. In this case, you might need to consider professional dry cleaning, as they have specialized equipment and techniques for dealing with this type of stubborn odor. Finally, let's explore some folk methods. These are time-tested techniques that many people swear by. One popular method involves using baking soda. Simply sprinkle baking soda generously onto the affected garment, let it sit for several hours, or even overnight, and then vacuum it off. The baking soda will absorb much of the odor. Another effective method is using white vinegar. Soak the garment in a solution of cold water and white vinegar for about 30 minutes, then wash as usual. And don't underestimate the power of fresh air. Hanging your clothes outside to air out, especially on a sunny day, can work wonders in eliminating odors. Remember, patience is key when dealing with stubborn smells. It might take several attempts to completely eliminate the odor, so don't get discouraged.